Hello everyone, so today I'll be unboxing a traditional Japanese instrument called the Ryūteki, or its meaning would be dragon flute, I suppose. And it's used in Japanese court music. And then it has this ethereal and cool and how do I put it, sound that it produces. And then let's unbox it. So I bought this flute from an online website called the Taiko Music Center. Anyways, it's a Japanese website. And when you open the case, you can see the instruction manual and also the flute itself wrapped in plastic. So let's see. So here's the flute itself. I think traditionally it's made of bamboo, but because I live in a very hot and humid city, hence I just picked the resin option. And also, okay, let me put my hands on. Oh, it's interesting because apart from Western concert flute, I play traditional Chinese flutes, Dizi. And for Dizi, they only have 6 holes, but this has 7 finger holes. So wow, let me see. I'm so glad that I picked the option for smaller finger holes, because personally I have relatively short and skinny fingers. So when I play most of the C key or lower Dizi or Irish flutes, I would really struggle with covering all the holes. But okay, the small finger hole option suits me just fine. Let me just make a sound on this. I think it sounds pretty nice, and also I like how here it has this carved inside sort of curve, so when you put it on your lip it really feels like yeah, it can lean on your mandible, and so it would be easier to hold it for a long time. And also when you hold it, so for each finger hole it has this curved part, so because I studied the Western concert flute, so I would be very used to put my thumb on here, and because it's carved inside it feels very ergonomic, is that a word? And anyway, it feels pretty comfortable, and I feel like I can hold this and play it for a very long time. So I remember the first time I saw the Ryūteki was when I was in high school using YouTube, and I heard how it's being used in Japanese imperial court music. And then the first time when I hear this sort of flute in person was when I was traveling in Japan, and in a Shinto shrine they were having some sort of ceremony, and yeah, and this sort of flute always impressed me with the timbre of the sound and also the melody. So as a Dizi player, I would just want to try and see what would happen if I just use, the Dizi sort of fingering, so just let go hole by hole. That doesn't sound right. For scale it should be gently ascending, right? I guess it's time for the instruction manual. Okay, so for the instruction manual, it says different parts of the flute, and also hold these 3 holes with your left hand and these 4 holes with your right hand. And these are the fingerings, so I'm going to adhere strictly to the fingerings and see what kind of sound I can produce. Let me see. have to say, the sound is very sharp and very loud, just like how I would expect you know shorter flutes to sound. So let me see. I need to grab my earbuds. Okay, so let's try again adhering to the manual. So yep, I guess this is it. This is the whole full range that they listed on here. And personally, I think as compared to a Western concert flute, it would require much more air to produce a higher sound on this. But as compared to a Dizi, I think the level of difficulty of producing a good like high register sound is similar. And also how the fingering is actually quite interesting, because for lots of the notes, for the 7th hole, you just hold onto it, so it almost feels a bit similar to playing a Western concert flute. And however, I think that like because I have heard the Japanese court music before, and I feel like how they give this sound, how do they characterize the music, it's through like clashing chords, and also the pitch is not like the standard pitch we hear in Western music. So see, it says if it's for chord music, then the pitch would be 430 hertz, and for Western music, if we want to like make an ensemble with this, then it would be 442 hertz. So like before being able to play the Ryūteki, I thought it's gonna sound like automatically sound a bit more, you know, like ethereal, cold and distant. But to my surprise, it kind of sounds like a Dizi without the membrane. So for example, just put tape over it. So I think it would require much skill for the flutist to, you know, adjust the embouchure to give, you know, to modify the quality of the sound. And so currently, you know, if I play it, it just sounds pretty regular. So because I don't know much about, you know, playing Japanese imperial court music, so currently by my playing, it just sounds like a standard, you know, flute. Yes, but I am very impressed by, you know, the whole look of this flute, because apart from, you know, the very ergonomic lip plate and also the fingerings, it also have this plug in it. It sort of looks like the crown of the Western concert flutes. So yeah, and for Chinese flutes they are different. So so how do I put a conclusion to this review? It cost me around almost 200 Australian dollars, I think, to buy this. And I chose the standard pitch one, not the high pitch one, and also the option for smaller finger holes, because I do have skinny fingers and small hands. And also from the same store, I also bought this DVD. It basically says like Japanese imperial court music for beginners. I really look forward to learn something from this DVD, and perhaps be able to play the Ryūteki like a real Japanese musician would did instead of being an ethnic music enthusiast and collector, just playing it in the casual way.